Yesterday was the first day of week 8, officially completed 7 weeks. Not sure where I shared this, but if it were to end today, this would have been some of the most valuable 7 weeks of my life. It's been so many things. As if you followed along and seen in the reflections, just the constant morphing that is the present moment, the constant state changing, different emotions, different energies, different states of being that I've gone through, from the pain to the pleasure, connection to the disconnect. But it's really helped me get clarity on what I want. It's helped me open my heart more. It's been a lot. That's been great. And it's not ending. Yesterday was the first day that I decided to implement a schedule. I talked a bit about that on a separate video. And the rest of the day was great. It's more not as much a do this at this time type of thing. There's a little bit of that in the morning, but it's more of a during this pocket of time, here's a few activities. And I'm sure that the first week or two or few there will be course correcting and adjustment that happens for that, recognizing just with the different temperatures at different times of year coming into summer, spending a lot of time outside during the high heat. Not sure I want to do that as much. I'll probably do more morning walks than afternoon walks and those types of things. But the rest of the day was, I liked the way that I had structured it. Woke up, did a half hour of dancing. Then I went into some movement, primal movement, went into over an hour of meditation, cut my hair, showered. That wasn't in the schedule, but was feeling that. Made a smoothie for my mom, went on a walk in the heat. And that's one of the reasons why I'm recognizing that I'm probably going to not do that at that time. Came back, I had a quick call with a friend and mentor, Bearheart, and it was great to drop in and connect and see someone else who's doing something very similar with their life, but maybe a step or two ahead in his own way, and feeling that connection, camaraderie, and the brotherhood of just people traveling similar paths. I came into a pretty big insecurity yesterday. There was a sense of, in my imaginings that I've been doing, and as I've been connecting to the states in my imagination, there's a part of me, and this is the part of me that isn't the biggest fan of imagination in the first place, it says, yeah, but that's not you, Harry. That's not the life that you're currently living. And so there's this kind of, it created an insecurity in, but you're not those things, or you don't know how to do those things yet, or that's just like, that's just not the way things are. I think there's value to this part of me coming through. There was also the insecurity and the fear and it just was in my gut, kind of gut to heart for hours. Wasn't fun to be with, but I sat with it, let it be there, listened to it. Landed a little bit more last night. This morning it feels mostly gone. But one of the pieces that I'm really recognizing as I've been getting clear on what do I want, and I talked about freedom on a previous call, love, connection. What's becoming clearer to me is the freedom piece. It's free to be here completely, to be present completely. All of the schedule that I'm creating, all of the activities that I'm recognizing nourish me, all of the imaginations that I've been having, the Game of Presence project, all of it. It's just, there's this very calm awareness that I'm in right now that this is just all me returning. It's all aiding me returning to the present moment. It's all helping me find my way back to just right here, right now. And being here in a way where I don't need to be anywhere else. In a way where no matter what I see or come across in life, it doesn't displace me from being present. There isn't a part of me that gets triggered that then takes me into my past and the coulda, woulda, shouldas and damn it's and all those things. Or it doesn't take me into the future, make me insecure about, well, I need to do all this stuff in order to become this person so that I will, blah, 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 blah. Or whatever it might be. But just to come home to this moment, be at peace with who I am, with what I am, with the world, with others, and meet them in all of myself, just the fullness of being here. And not approaching anyone with a need. Not approaching relationships with a need to be accepted or loved. Not approaching life with the need to be safe or to feel purposeful. Not approaching myself in a way that needs me to be something more than I am. To honor that we as humans have needs, and the hierarchy of needs is, I think, very beautiful. And recognizing when my organism is communicating need. But just returning back to myself in a way that meets those needs externally is fine, but in a way of being at peace with me, in a way of being at home in me, in a way of being at home in this moment, wherever this moment takes place, whether it's in this literal physical space or somewhere else, if I'm on a walk, if I'm getting food, if I'm talking to one person or 30, just being at home in me, the freedom of being at home now, returning now. This is, Alan Watts often talks about the present moment. He talks about this, what people don't get is this is where it's all going and it's where it's all coming from. It's the alpha and the omega. Life is now. And trying to rush to get somewhere else in a way is madness. It's literally madness. There is no somewhere else. Because when that somewhere else happens, it's here. But there's a difference between conceptually playing with that, but then fully returning with all parts of myself to that. There's a full return of my physical, my mental, my emotional, my energetic, my spiritual, my inner child's, the infants, all the way through the 33-year-old, my future selves, all coming back to this moment, just being here, And trusting that being here is everything that I'll need. Having my needs be met by me being here completely without needing here to be different. And there's a lot of yeahs and buts and what ifs, but I'm just with a calm clarity right now of the peace, the relief, the beauty, the connection, the flow, everything that happens when I am just here. And I'm not here in a way, and even reflecting on this project as a whole, I've kind of stated that this is a bid for enlightenment. This is my path towards union. But even in a way of what I'm talking about, it's letting go of that also. It's letting go of just the faith, that'll happen if and when it happens. But even that is a trying to be somewhere else than I am, which then triggers a whole slew of, okay, well then what is it that I need to work on? Why am I not doing it or doing it? And how do I do that more? And then I'm not enough right now. And it just becomes this whole thing. Instead of what I'm feeling my way into is just trusting that me being here completely and just doing things that nourish me and support my return to this moment are nourishing that goal and helping me get to that goal. And the full return to this moment and that goal might be the exact same thing. Many people believe it is. I sense that it is, at least in part. And so in a sense, what they talked about at the ashram, or people like Alan Watts or Buddhist Zen or Taoist or whatever, one of the perspectives on this return is it kind of, in a sense, you do your part. You do your part by being present. But then there's just a waiting. And they talk about it in a way where it's not about patience. It's not about be patient, your time will come type of thing. It's more about just, it's kind of like waiting for your food to be heated up. In a sense, knowing that something is going to take, say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes on the stove to heat up. I mean, I can try to turn up the heat or whatever to make it cook faster, but in a sense, there is a peace that comes, at least inside of me, around knowing, yeah, just wait. I know it's coming. It'll be done. Cool. I don't have to do anything. Everything that needs to happen has happened. And that's what I'm trusting in myself more. It's yeah, my intention is set. I'm learning to nourish myself, and I'm just being present. The food's in the pot on the stove. Now it's just waiting for it to cook. There's a quote in the Tao Te Ching that says, when we rush a project to completion, we pick a fruit before it's almost ripe. Yeah, and there's a sense of that. There's just yeah, man, just be here and enjoy being here. And all of my insufficiencies or all those things, just be here.